Okay, good morning. This is lesson 3.2 notes on adding and subtracting linear expressions. First of all, we have two vocabulary words. Linear expression is an algebraic expression in which the exponent of each variable is 1. Okay, so we have x or just x to the power of 1, but we're not going to have any x squareds or x cubes because those would not be considered linear. Nonlinear expressions are sum of constants and products and not raised to the power of 0 or 1. So some examples here would be x squared, x cubed, x to the fourth, etc. Okay, so you'll notice in all of our questions here, we just have x or y, the variable, to the power of 1. There's not going to be any x squareds or cubes or anything like that, and that's what makes it linear. So we are going to be adding integers. There are two different methods. There's a vertical method and a horizontal method. Vertical method means we're going to be lining them up vertically, up and down. So we have this expression right here, x minus 2 plus the 3x plus 8. So we're going to line them up vertically. So we have x minus 2 plus the quantity 3x plus 8. And when we line them up vertically, we still combine like terms. So over here we have our negative 2 plus 8, which is going to give us our plus 6, and x plus 3x, which is altogether 4x. So our answer is 4x plus 6. Using the horizontal method means we are just rewriting across. So looking at part B here, we're just going to, there's no number in front to multiply. We're just going to drop the parentheses. So we have negative 4y plus 3. And then this is a plus sign, so we're just going to add those two quantities, plus 11y plus minus 5, which is going to be our negative 5. Okay, then we're going to be combining like terms. We have a negative 4y plus 11y. That's going to give us 7y. Different signs subtract, and we have more positive. And then combining our numbers, plus 3 minus 5 is altogether negative 2 or minus 2. So our simplified answer is 7y minus 2. Okay, you can pause the video and try the next few problems here, finding the sum, and then turn it back on to check with me. Okay, looking at number 1, we have x plus 3 plus 2x minus 1. So using my shapes, I'm going to combine my x's. X plus 2x is altogether 3x. And then a plus 3 minus 1 would be a combination of plus 2. Over to the next one, we have negative 8z plus 8z. Those cancel out for a 0 pair. And then we have plus 4 minus 7, which is altogether minus 3 or negative 3. Okay, number 3. We have a 4.5, which is going to combine with our number 6.5. But we're going to start with our variable. So we have a negative n plus negative 10n for a total of negative 11n. And then adding our decimals, we may have to line those up off to the side. Remember that you line up your decimal when you add. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 10, 11. So negative 11 plus 11 is our answer to number 3. Okay, number 4, we have 1/4 W, 1/2 W plus 1/4 W. So we need a common denominator here. 1/2 is 2/4. So we have 2/4 W plus 1/4 W gives us 3/4 W. And then minus 3 plus 3 add up to 0. So you could put plus 0 here, but the more simplified answer would be to just leave it as 3/4 W. Okay, over to the other side. Subtracting linear expressions. When we subtract linear expressions, remember that subtracting is adding the opposite. So when we have a subtraction problem in front of a parenthesis, we're going to call that opposite. Okay, or as you remembered KCHOP from our last unit, keep change opposite. So looking at this first question here, doing the vertical method, okay, right here I'm going to write 5x plus 6, but then to get these two terms, I have a negative in front. So the opposite of a negative x would be a positive x, and the opposite of adding 6 would be to subtract 6. So whenever you have a negative sign in front of the parentheses, it's opposite the terms inside and the operations. Okay, so once I do that, then I'm adding or combining. A positive 6 and a negative 6 cancel out, and 5x plus an x is 6x. Okay, in the horizontal method, we're going to do the exact same thing here, but just going across. So we still have opposite here. We don't have a sign or a number in front, so we're just going to drop the parentheses on this first term. So when we rewrite this problem, we're going to have 7y plus 5. The opposite of 8y is minus 8y or negative 8y. And the opposite of subtracting 6 would be to add 6. Okay, once we have that, we are combining like terms. We have a 7y and a minus 8y, which is going to be a minus 1y or minus y or negative y. And plus 5 minus plus 6 is altogether plus 11. So our answer there is negative y plus 11. Okay, you can pause this video and try the next two problems and then check with me. Looking at number 5, we have m minus 3 plus m minus 12, if you rewrote it correctly with KCHOP. Change to an addition, and then everything else becomes the opposite. Combining our variables first, m plus m is 2m, and a minus 3 minus 12 is altogether minus 15. Over to number 6, we have negative 2c plus 5, and again, we're going to do the opposite here. So this is going to be minus 6.3c minus 20. We're going to combine our c's first. We have a negative 2 plus negative 6.3 for a total of negative 8.3c. And then plus 5 minus 20 is altogether minus 15. All right, lastly, we have a word problem, modeling real math. Skateboard kits cost $D, and you have a coupon for $2 off each one you buy. After assembly, you will each skateboard for $2D minus $4. Find and interpret your profit on a skateboard sold. So profit is your selling price minus the purchase cost. Okay, so we have to take that difference. So we're going to have 2D minus 4. That's what we're selling it for. And the cost was minus D minus 2 because we had the $2 off. and the kit cost D dollars. Okay, so again, we're going to use the distributive property here, or distribute that negative. And what we're going to have is 2D minus 4 minus D plus 2. Combining our D's, we have 2D minus D, which is D. And then our numbers here, minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. So our answer is D minus 2.